Okay, this is the Game is on 100 here with the video, and in this video I'm going to do my review of the Chicago Bears Detroit Lions game today. Um, Basically, from this game, I thought this was going to be a hands down Bears slaughtering of the Detroit Lions, as I said this past weekend in my preview video. That didn't come to happen today. The Detroit Lions did play hard today. They did hang with the Bears, but it's the Detroit Lions. They had a lead at the end of the first half, but you gotta say in the second half, that's when Detroit loses the game for them. They don't play throughout the entire game. They only play in the first half only. The past 2 weeks, they self-destructed in the second half. What can you say about that? Detroit has the potential to be a good team in the near future. They got the talent, but somehow they're not showing it. But they do have the talent to compete. So the Detroit Lions still has some ways to go to be a good football team. Well, anyway, in this for this review, the Bears managed to get a 24-20 win today against the Detroit Lions. The Bears otherwise had a pretty bad first half. They allowed 17 points in the first half. Um, they allowed a total of 253 yards today in the first half. But in the second half, the Detroit Lions only gained 49 total yards in the second half. And that was a big statement from the Bears. They didn't play good in the first half, but they turned it on in the second half. So, so basically, this was everyone was saying this was supposed to be a trap game, but that didn't come to happen today. The Bears had Jay Cutler. He was 21 of 26 for over 200 yards with one touchdown and no interceptions for 110 or 112 quarterback rating today. Whenever it's Jay Cutler is over 100 in the quarterback rating, he is 19-0 with the quarterback rating over 100. So that's saying something when Jay Cutler is a quarterback rating over 100 that he's 19-0. That is pretty damn good when Jay Cutler's on a roll like that. He did manage to get a few rushing yards today. He did manage to get out and run with the ball when he needed to. The offensive line gave up 4 sacks today. I see one of the plays. What they should have done is when they got their first sack, the Detroit Lions, when they got their first set, that Averill, when he got his first set, they just call out an all-out blitz, and Jay Cutler didn't even have time to get rid of the ball. So right there, they should have went into the shotgun formation on that play, but that's not what Mike Martz called. So that. Anyway, Matt Forte had 13 attempts for 64 yards rushing. Chester Taylor had 9 attempts for 31, 9 attempts for like 31 yards today. Or was 31 or 30 or 35? I'm not too sure, but he also had 5 receptions for 31 yards. I know that. But he did have like 33. I think he had like 33 yards rushing on the day, so that is still all right. The Bears did manage to get over 100 yards on the game today. Um, what could I say about Earl Bennett? Earl Bennett was outstanding today. He was thrown 7 times. He caught all 7 passes that were thrown to him. He had his career best 104 yards receiving on the day on 7 catches. And Earl Bennett was very impressive. He's been getting better week after week. Earl Bennett he and Jay Cutler used to play at Vanderbilt in 2005. That was Jay Cutler's last year when he was at Vanderbilt, and Earl Bennett was a rookie. And they said that Earl Bennett caught 79 passes of Jay Cutler in that 2005 season for Vanderbilt. So you could tell that Jay Cutler and them has chemistry because they played at Vanderbilt and they have that. So otherwise, basically on the offensive side of the ball, there was only that one turnover by Jay Cutler today on that forced fumble sack. But other than that, he didn't throw no interceptions today, which was a good sign. The defense, I said they gave up 253 yards in the first half, but in the second half they changed their tone. They gave up only 49 total yards in the second half. Detroit was 2 for 7 on third downs in the second half. So the Bears just outplayed the Detroit Lions in the second half. That's what the Detroit Lions' problem is. They played good in the first half, but they self-destruct in the second half. They need to play all four quarters tough, but they didn't do that. What can you expect from that? Anywho, the one penalty from the Detroit Lions on that Sue on Jay Cutler, that was questionable. I could see why he got upset about that. It was hard to tell that he just threw a forearm into the helmet of Jay Cutler to throw him down to draw a personal foul penalty at the Detroit Lions 14-yard line. But with that was only a personal foul. That was only half distance to the goal, so they placed the ball on the 7. It was a 2nd and 2 going to be coming up, but they had it at the ball at the 7-yard line. So anyway, the Bears were probably going to score anyway on that drive, so it doesn't matter. So it didn't matter what the penalty was because the Bears were probably going to score on that drive anyway. So, and then Brandon Maliuna, he had his first touchdown reception on a 7-yard pass to Jay Cutler. I know Brandon Maliuna doesn't get the ball that much thrown to him. He's just basically is used for blocking to protect Jay Cutler. So when he has the opportunity to catch the football, he can catch the football. That's what the Bears got him for, is to protect Jay Cutler. That's the reason why they got him. They wanted a blocking tight end. So Brandon Maliuna had a good game. He had like 3 receptions for like 23 yards today in that touchdown, his first touchdown of the season. So otherwise, he's like an unsung hero for the Bears. I know he doesn't get the ball that much, but they basically use him for blocking only. So I believe Greg Olsen didn't even have a catch today, but that's quite all right. He was just probably basically used for a decoy today, basically. So, well, Greg Olsen he did a few good blocks. He's been improving on his blocking, so that's all good. And basically, the Detroit Lions, they're 2-10. What can you say about that? The Bears moved to 9-3. Next week they got a tough game against the New England Patriots, and this is going to tell how the Bears are going to be as a team when it's coming into playoffs. If the Bears can manage to beat the New England Patriots, the Bears is going to be getting some consideration for being a good team in the NFC. That if they can beat the New England Patriots coming into Soldier Field next week at a game at 3:15 kickoff. So we'll see what the Bears does in that game. It's going to be a good game. So we'll see what happens in that game. So in closing, the Bears won 24-20 today. They're 9-3, first place in the division. They still are 1 game up on the Green Bay Packers. And like I said earlier, all the pressure is on Green Bay. In order the Green Bay to probably win the division, is that the Bears would lose one more game, and if they lose the last game, to the Green Bay Packers, if the division's on the line in that game, um, then the Bears could be out of the playoffs. They could probably be out of as a wild card, even though if they don't win the division. It will be tough for them to play as a wild. It'd be tough for them to get in as a wild card because of the New York Giants already beat the Bears already. So anyway, that's how it shapes up. The Bears are 9-3, and this is the game is on 100. You can leave comments, video responses, and let me know what you guys think of the upcoming game next week with the New England Patriots and game of the week supposedly next week. So, in closing, that's all I have to say, and I talk to you all later.